What is going on, FBArmy? My name is still Fiago, and you right now might be witnessing a very historical moment. Because with this video, I want to welcome you to the start of my Sorare Road to Glory. And this is not going to be just another Road to Glory, because I have decided that this Road to Glory will be called Road to 100,000 euros. Yes, you've heard that right. My goal in this series is to build a Sorare team worth 100,000 euros. And I'm going to take you on this journey together with me. Going to give you some valuable tips in each of the episodes, show you what I do, show you which cards I got, and maybe you can take something from it and learn for your own team. We're kicking this off with my results and reward from the previous week. Then I'm going to show you what my plan is, which players I want to buy, and a very valuable tip when it comes to buying players in general that you can use as well. And in the end, I will show you where we are right now on this journey. Fully transparent, how much is my team worth combined, how much profit have I made so far, and how much do we still need to get to that 100,000 euros. You ready? Let's go. Alright guys, it's Tuesday and you know what that means. The weekend match day on Sorare is over, and this time it was game week numero 216. We had 3 teams entered this weekend, 1 common, 1 limited, 1 rare team, and here is how they did. First of all, the common team, I don't really care about this one. I just enter whatever common cards I have. You don't really win big rewards in this league either without getting really lucky. We had Chesney, Curtis Jones, and Keita, who all didn't play. Dybala, our captain, did play decent points, and Brandon Meshalev from Brugge did play well too, but it obviously wasn't enough to win anything big because 3 of our players didn't play. Now, I had higher hopes for the limited team, but it let us down once again. Pau Lopez, who is usually set for Marseille, usually plays every game, but this time he did not play. I don't know why. Inigo Martinez didn't play either for Athletic Bilbao. So already now, that was our chances of winning a card out the window. Anyway, Alvaro Garcia from Rayo Vallecano played very well. Frankie de Jong, our captain, performed decent as well. And Moussa Diaby, not so great. He scored 100 points in midweek against Betis Sevilla, but this time not so good. We finished on 8,096 after all. Not enough to win any cards. But let's get to the rare team. This is always the team where I have the highest hopes because I want to hit the thresholds each time. 205 points, you know, returns 0.01 Ethereum, and 250 points, 0.02 Ethereum. This time, you can already see it. We got 231 points. Sadly, didn't make the 250 points. And the man who carried us was once again Anthony Modeste. He scored a brace against Union Berlin for Köln this weekend on Sunday. Maybe you've seen that I watched the game and I was really celebrating like crazy. But Timo Baumgartel plays for Union Berlin, so the 2 goals that Anthony Modeste scored went as a little minus here for his points. He only scored 27. And that is one of the reasons why we didn't get 250 points here. The other 3 guys, Suat Serdar, David Ospina, and Mario Hermoso, scored okay. In hindsight, I should have captained Anthony Modeste instead of Hermoso, but you never know that. And one other big factor why we didn't hit the 250 that is really starting to show now is the fact that we don't have a rare goalkeeper. Every single time my David Ospina common gets minus 42.5% as a punishment because it's only a common card. And keeping many clean sheets with Napoli this season, most of the time he actually hits 60 plus points. So if I had him in rare, I would have almost always be guaranteed to get 250 points. Well, this game he wasn't great, but usually. We're going to claim our rewards for this match week. New items. What do we have here? The common card that we won in the casual league. Paul Gardler, a goalkeeper. You always win a common card in that league every week, no matter how bad you perform. So tier 2 common is not great, but we're going to take him, even though I'm probably not going to play him anytime soon. Next, though, is the reward that really interests me. Ethereum. As our reward for hitting the 205 points threshold in the All-Star Rare League. As you see here, Ethereum keeps on rising and rising at the moment. Can change any time, but 41 euros. Last time I recorded, I think it was 34. So we just won 41 euros. Had we got 250 points, it would be even 82. But I'm gonna take the 41 euros. So far in the first 3 weeks with our rare team, we've won a total of 0.04 Ethereum, which is at this current rate 165 euros. I'm gonna take it. Now, obviously, the regular rewards we get for 205 points and sometimes 250 points are beautiful. I really want to keep hitting them, but I also want to keep improving, obviously, to build a better team and also more teams and win higher rewards like better cards. And for that, let's focus on the rare cards first. I do only have 4 rare cards, and those are the 4 that I always play in the rare All-Star League. I don't have a rare goalkeeper because they are so damn expensive. I can show you right here all my 6 goalkeepers. They're all common, obviously. I think the next thing we want to do is sign a rare goalkeeper. And now the question is, which goalie do we buy there and when do we buy him? And especially for the second question of when do we buy players, I want to show you something and give you some valuable advice right now. What you really have to focus on regarding the timing of the different leagues. Basically, you can split the different leagues that are on Sorare right now into 3 main categories. First of all, you have the European leagues, and as we know, those are more or less always from August to May. And in the summer, there's a break. We all know that. Then there is also Asia and America, though. And the Asian leagues in Sorare are currently South Korea and Japan. And those start at the end of February and they end in November. They just ended, basically. Then there is the American leagues, so the MLS, North America, Brazilian Serie A, are in South America, and they start from April, May, June. MLS starts in April, Brazilian league starts at the start of June, and they end in December, so at the end of the calendar year. So that means both the Asian and the American leagues play through the summer when the European leagues are stopped. But in the Asian case, from November to end of February, start of March, they don't play. And in the American case, from December all the way to April, or sometimes even May, June, they don't play. That will be important for my decision when to buy a rare goalkeeper, and that might also be important for your decisions when you buy your players. We're comparing two goalkeepers. The first is Eloy Room, the starting goalkeeper of Columbus Crew from the MLS. They won the title last year. This year, they did not qualify for the playoffs. The playoffs are in December. Now the regular MLS season is ended, so he doesn't play anymore now. I think the last match there was last week or something. Now on this insightful website, Sorare Data, we can check the prices of all players throughout history. Now we've put it on 1 year, so over the last year, every single rare card of Eloy Room that has been sold is documented here. And here we can see when that was. So December 2020 and January of this year, it was really low. The MLS was in winter break, so no one really wanted to sign Eloy Room because he wasn't scoring any points. And then he began to rise all the way up here, February, March, April and May, all the way up to, well, that is some really high sales, almost 1,500 euros. Let's say 1,000 euros even. He was like 1K at the end of April and start of May 2021. And that was, not surprisingly, when the MLS season started. From there, it probably depended on his form. Maybe he wasn't that good here. He started to pick up form, not that good anymore. Better, but that is not important for us. What is important is from here, all the way from August, he kept falling because people were realizing Columbus Crew might not make the playoffs this year, and he won't play through winter. He won't play in December. Now he's at 450 euros, was sold for that a few days ago. You can see the average price of the last 2 weeks is 459 euros. This guy was double when the MLS started, and now he's only half the price because he's not going to play for at least 4 months now. And you can see here how he scored in the last games. He started 100% of the last 5, 87 of the last 15 and 85 of the last 40 games for his team. So pretty consistent starter. His form didn't really change a lot. He always scored his 45, 47 points on average. But still, once the European League started here in August, people didn't focus on the MLS anymore. They were thinking, well, this league stops in 3 months. This guy might not even make the playoffs, so he plays even a month less. The European leagues are now going straight until May, so that is when the hype around the American and also the Asian players dies down. We compare that to a player from the European leagues, and that is Janis Blažević. I really focus on getting a player that is very similar here. The points he scores are very similar, and the rate of him starting for his team are also very similar, so it's just about the fact that he plays in the European league, why Eloy Room doesn't. He's a German goalkeeper around the same age, plays for Heracles Almelo in the Eredivisie. Not a huge star, but is a starting goalkeeper, and those are always very, very desirable. And you can see his price here over the same period of time, and there we see at the same time when Eloy Room was being sold for 1,000 euros and even more, this guy Janis Blažević actually started to fall down here, all the way down to 300 euros, 320, 350 euros, and that is obviously end of May. That was just when the European leagues had finished, and this guy obviously didn't play in the Euros either, so that is when no one wanted him. All the way through summer he was available basically for a little over 300 euros, and you could basically buy 3 Janis Blažević cards for the price of 1 Eloy Room card in summer. But then slightly before the European leagues and also the Eredivisie restarted, July, August, they restarted, bam, he went up 800 euros, 700 euros. And since then, simply because he is a consistent starting goalkeeper, he's been rising. He's been on the rise. Now he's all the way up to 1,000 euros, more than double the price of Eloy Room. While in summer, Eloy Room was triple the price. Let's do one more example with more famous players and strikers. Gonzalo Higuain, we all know him. 33-year-old striker, plays for Miami, David Beckham's team in the MLS. He plays really well, started 80% of the last 5, 87% of the last 15, 85 of the last 40, so basically always starts. And over the last 5 games, scored 66 on average. Other than that, 52, 54, so he's scoring very well. Right now his price is 300 euros. We can see the same pattern. Bam! His price went all the way up in end of April, and that was when the MLS started. He was being sold for 900, 800, 700, so we can say his market value was way over 600 because at this time the MLS had that initial hype. The season was new and fresh, boom, everyone wanted MLS players, but from then, well, he went up a little bit here because he started to perform really well. Overall, we can see 750 right now, bam, all the way down to 360, 312, and right now the best offer on the market is even 301 euros. So the guys who bought Higuain there when the MLS started, did they make a smart decision? Well, they got good points probably for a whole season, but it would have been a much better investment had they bought him when no one wanted him. We compare that to a striker that is very similar from the European League though, once again, Burak Yilmaz. He's even 3 years older than Gonzalo Higuain, plays for Lille, has a similar starting rates and similar point scoring rates, even worse than Higuain. He scores less points than Higuain, but Burak Yilmaz mostly starts in the European top 5 league, so his price chart looks like this. Here we even have one more aspect, and that is the Euros. So you see his price naturally went down here, March, April, towards the end of the season. Then it spiked here because Turkey was so hyped in the Euros and this guy was their starting striker, so everyone was a little hyped. Another point where we can see the hype decides everything. But then people realized Turkey weren't going to do much in the Euros. And bam, mid of July was when he fell down. So he was available for a very low price of 150 euros. But then when the season restarted, same thing. The European leagues still have the hype. Overall, bam, he's now back to 450, even 500 euros. He was sold a few days ago. And now he's worth 50% more than Gonzalo Higuain, despite being older and despite scoring less. While around the end of the European League season, he was available for like, 150, while Gonzalo Higuain was, as we already said, around 700 euros. And while we are at it, I also want to make one flex, because you can see bought by Fiago 26th of February. Burak Yilmaz was my first ever card that I bought on Sorare when I started. I bought him for 89 euros 89. I should have kept him actually. I would have made 360 euros profit, but I sold him a few days later. I don't know where he is, for like 50 euros profit. So the conclusion of this is that players are always more expensive when they have more hype and cheaper when they have less hype. Well, this is natural. I just wanted to point this out though. When do they not have any hype? When they don't play. On the other hand, when the new season is starting, people are expecting big results. Maybe they got a nice transfer. That is when players do have big hype. So what does this mean for us and our Sorare accounts? Well, if you have some spare money left and you don't expect immediate results with it, then it might make sense to buy MLS and Asian League players through the winter and European League players end of April, May, start of June maybe, if there's no international competition that they play in. You will have to be patient with them, because for a few months nothing will happen probably, because they won't play. But then you just saw the numbers. Buy a Burak Yilmaz in summer for 150 and get 450 for him in November. Even though Burak Yilmaz isn't even having an amazing season, there's better examples of players that are enjoying their breakout season. Those prizes, bam. Now for my team though, I still want a goalie that will score points in the next months, so I might still buy a European League goalkeeper now, or at least wait until there is the winter break. For example, in Germany you have the winter break and we don't play for a month or so. Maybe the price also reacts a little bit. Now I just got my next referral reward. Dimitris Mavros, thank you so much. We're gonna see who we get. It's always gonna be a limited card. Thomas Yok Deng. He plays, I don't even know where that is. Is there somewhere in Japan? Okay, so this guy plays in Japan and he barely even plays 10%. That is also why he's currently on average going for €1.30, but you'll take it. It's a free card. And in fact, I've also got some cards here with a gift as referral rewards worth way more. For example, Francis Coquelin is going for like 25-30 euros just for free. So that was nice. I'm always happy to take these. How to get these referral rewards is when you invite friends to the game. They join via your referral link and they buy 5 new cards on the new auctions market. So this is this market right here, new cards, where you have to bid on players. Once you join the game using my link and you buy 5 of these cards, can be really cheap ones, like €5 per card, then you will get a free limited card and I will get one as well. And so far 460 of you have joined the game using my link and 15 of you have completed that, where I got a card and they got a card. The really exciting thing here is that once you've invited your 13th friend, right now I have 15 who completed it, so I'm halfway there, 50%, you get a unique card instead of a limited card. And unique cards, whoa, the really cheapest of these are going for like at least 500 euros. So I'm really excited for this. When this happens, I'm definitely going to record that, maybe even open that live. And this will be an important part of our road to glory, as it will take us really far and we can use that money to invest in new cards to get to that 100,000 euros. And to finish off this first road to glory episode, I always want to be transparent with you. I will always show you the blank numbers. How much have we invested? How much is our squad worth? How much do we still have in our Ethereum wallet, like the Sorare wallet? And how much profit have we made? And right now I can tell you that we have invested 3,636 euros and 50 cents. So I did put some money in at the beginning because I really trusted in this game and wanted to give it a try. But you definitely don't have to put in as much as I did, because you see in my wallet there's still 2,347 euros of that. So I didn't even use half of that. I'm just having a big chunk of this laying around in my Sorare wallet as some kind of Ethereum investment, which kind of has been paying off since Ethereum has been going up lately. So that was nice. My squad though is worth right now 2,528 euros. You can also check that on Sorare data. And that is 0.61 Ethereum. I also always add how many referral rewards I get every week. Last week it was 8, this week it was 7, and how many card rewards I won in the competitions. I haven't won any so far, but very soon hopefully, and how many Ethereum we won. So you know, this week we won 0.01 Ethereum, and before that we had won 0.03 Ethereum. I just combined all the last weeks here. So all in all, we get to a total value of 4,875 euros, made up of my team and the money that I still have in my Sorare wallet that I can still use to buy new players, and that means a total profit from my initial investment of 1,239 euros. You know what? I just added another column where we exactly see how much we still need to make to hit our ultimate goal, and right now that is the humble amount of 95,125 euros. Well, I'm assuming this series to end in maybe 5 episodes. No, seriously, it's gonna take a while, but that's also the good thing about it, because it's gonna be a fun journey. You guys are part of it. Always tell me if you have suggestions, who to sign, what team to build next. I'm also gonna tell you everything that I know. In every single episode of this Road to Glory there will be an update, how we did, what we get, and also always a piece of value, every advice I can give you, what I found out and stuff like that. And if you want us to hit our 100k goal earlier, then go register to Sorare. And if you want, buy those 5 limited cards, you get 1 for free, then I get 1 for free, and 15 left, and we're gonna get to open the pack with a unique card, maybe in one of the next episodes. I'm gonna see you there. Up until then, Fiago is out. Peace.